What's good, my fellow peasants? How you all doing? So we got a question today because we're answering questions now. That's now a thing. And if you got one that you want me to answer, hit me over at ffpeasant@mail.com. Any question that you want me to answer. So this first one was kicking it off. There's been a few asking this question, and I'm kind of honoured that it's a personal one. Because asking Peasant, what was the first moment in FF? What was happening in FF that made you decide to become a YouTuber? So for anyone who doesn't know, I do this full time. I am a YouTuber. It's still crazy and surreal for me to say it. So however crazy and surreal that might sound to some of you guys who's hearing this the first time, it's even more crazy for me. So I started with Uncovered. That was my first ever video. And I'll say, I like this video. This video, my first ever video, that I think, it's classic not to like your own videos. I'm sure most of us, we've watched ourselves back on videos and everything is cringe, you just hate everything. There's only two videos that I actually like, and it's actually my first ever Uncovered video. I love that video, and also my Kingsglaive reaction. I'll leave a link in the description to those if you want to see them. But yeah, my first video was Uncovered. Still what I say is one of the greatest gaming events, or for a single title at least, we've ever had. God damn, stop messaging me while I'm doing videos. Some respect. But funnily enough, it wasn't actually Uncovered that got me wanting to do a channel. It was the 7 remake. Now, I don't need to hype that up enough. I don't need to say how excited I was. I've told the story enough times. But the channel was actually born out of adversary. Born out of adversity. I think that is correct, but it sounds so weird. Is that right? It was born out of wanting to address issues, and you'll quickly see on my channel a lot of videos that followed after that Uncovered ones were 7 remake based. And it's because I wanted a voice. I wanted to talk about things regarding the 7 remake, and I just wanted a channel. I just knew when the 7 remake landed, oh god, we are going to be in for one hell of a ride. This is going to be an amazing, possibly 5 years in Final Fantasy. Honestly, this remake could last 3 to 5 years easily. And it's going to be an amazing period. I knew that I was going to be covering those 7 remake stuff so religiously, as well as 15. I was watching the 15 trailers. I was still theorizing before I was even doing a YouTube, and I was doing all of this off screen. So no, it kind of made sense. Well, why not share with others? If I'm going to spend hours going off and researching little bits of information, I might as well share it with some other people. So that's the main reason to share. But it was also, like I said, out of adversity, because there was so much around the 7 remake at the time. I'd been the kind of person who would petitioned for it for 10 years. I'd petitioned, I'd joined remake groups, I'd joined forums, I would write in every single Square Enix survey. What would you like us to do? I'd write a 700-word goddamn essay on why they need to do the 7 remake. And for absolutely anyone who wanted the 7 remake to happen, and you went through exactly the same things that I went through. It was years of being laughed at, years of being told, will never happen, you're delusional, it shouldn't happen for this reason, that reason. And a lot of people just struggle, I think, to really understand what's required around a remake, just how much there is to do that game to scale. It is a huge project, so much more than anyone, I think anyone, has actually thought about. And that's why when when they said it needed to be episodic, I said no, yes, of course it does. For me, it was a given. I knew it had to be. Before they even said it was going to be episodic, I knew, because I'd spent so long wanting a 7 remake, I'd actually spent years looking around, sort of how realistic is it, and it was, there's no way this is going to fit in the parameters of a 40 to 50 hour game. It's just not possible. And I knew the reason why. I knew all the factors involved, and I've actually, on my computer, I've got a list of about 30 different reasons and factors that mean it's just too big to remake. You can't remake a 1997 text-based descaled game. You can't upscale it, make it non-text based, and expect it to fit the same parameters. So after they announced that, and so many people were coming forward saying they didn't want it to be episodic, this was bad for this and that reason, I wanted to do those videos. I wanted to explain why this is the only way we're going to get a remake that is going to be fully fleshed out, that isn't going to have to have stuff cut, considerable story cuts, and I don't want cuts, even if they had to split into 5, 6, 7, 10 goddamn titles, even if it was literally like a Telltale game. I don't care as long as there's not cuts. Cuts are absolutely the worst thing. You guys get it, there was the remake, there was 15, I was so excited for 15. Again, that was another thing I'd been waiting surprisingly 10 years for. So it just seemed like everything that I had been really waiting for and excited about, it just all kind of peaked and accumulated in one moment. The Uncovered didn't happen that far after the remake trailer, and that's why I wanted to channel. It was just to get some of the excitement out, just to unleash it, because I know how frustrating it is. I've been in, I'm sure, so many positions that you are in where you love Final Fantasy, you love the franchise, but not a goddamn one of your friends has ever played a damn title. Not one. And you have no one to talk about. And you have all this exciting stuff going on, and you're having to try to chew your partner's ear off. She ain't played either. You just like, Tasha, I know you don't care. Okay, just sit down and listen to me for a minute. I'm just going to tell you all this stuff, and you're going to listen. So I had to... so this is just a way for me to really express some of my excitement. But even just going away from all the titles, World of Final Fantasy was another factor. There was a lot coming up at the time I started, so I knew there was going to be a really exciting era of Final Fantasy. But outside of just the Final Fantasies, for me personally, it was just the right time. At the time I'd started, I'd just bought a house a year ago, or this house I'm in now, bought it. So there was that, so that was already out of the way. Work was steady, work was good. Haven't got children. Trying to do YouTube when you've got kids? Nah. I know a couple of YouTubers who have kids, and it does make things difficult. And yeah, it was just, everything was right. The timing was right for me. But I'm just saying, now that I've got the channel, I ain't going nowhere. Kids be damned. Kids be damned, Tash. Kids be damned. By the way, if anyone doesn't know, Tash is my girlfriend. Although there are rumours that she's a blow-up doll going around. I wish. Wait, what? I suppose I've done everything but answer the question. The question was, what made you finally decide to quit your job? And of course I'm talking about what made me want to start YouTube. So I've already screwed up answering this question. Because of course, like I said, you don't start off thinking, no, I'm going to make money from YouTube. I didn't expect anything. I was like, you know what, even just if 100 views, if my video gets 100 views, that's 100 people who have heard the message that I wanted to get out about a certain title or something that's, I've got 100 people excited for this trailer or what's upcoming. That was all it was set out to do. So what actually made me decide, right, I'm going to quit my job, it was about 5k subs. I know it's low, and I think now, because we're at 40,000, I think bloody hell, I had some balls to do it at 5k. But honestly, between the Patreon support, it was overwhelming. It just came flooding through, and it was with that and the views. Although I only had 5k subs, the views were fantastic because everyone was just so excited. Everyone was excited after Uncovered. We had a fan base who they were just junk watching videos. They were just watching as much as they can. 7 remake reactions, 15 trailer, everything to do with 15. People wanted to see it. So although my subscriber count was still low, my views were very good because the fan base was excited. And I had just about enough to leave my job. And I thought, with 15 still coming up, with 7 remake, like I said, there was so much happening. That's what gave me the confidence. So I think it's in the idea that there's so much in Final Fantasy, like there's such a future. The thing is, with most titles, it's always been, this could be the end. It's always the doomsday message. FF13, this could be the end. There are some people who don't like it, so this could be the end of Final Fantasy. And it's the same with 15. Same with that. Could be the end. This could be the title that sinks the franchise at last. And every other news article is just writing, is this the Final Fantasy? So witty! It's always been like that in the franchise. This could be the last title. And of course it would suck for me to quit my job and for 15 to be the last Final Fantasy. But it's because of that 7 remake. It had that backup. So while I was there earning the same as I was here, as I was at work, And I knew there was such a future. That's what gave me the confidence. And more than anything I've learned in life, I've worked quite a few jobs. I've worked some very tough ones. Previous job was aviation engineering. Before that, I was actually a broker. That was tough, very tough. And I hated it. It was good money, but I was getting up at sort of early in the morning, 7 o'clock, coming home at 9 at night. And I very quickly learned doing that. That more than money, it's about doing something you enjoy. If you wake up on a Monday and you absolutely dread that it's now Monday, and you're just looking forward to Friday, that ain't a way to live. And I learned that personally. I know a lot of us don't have a choice, and that's why I'm so blessed that I have the choice. I knew that I would always take a pay cut if it meant enjoying life. Being completely honest, it was stressful at times. Most of you know, even now, I love what I do, but it's still about 15 hours of work. So many people think that YouTubers, they're lazy, bone idle, and that's why the fact that YouTube are fucking us all over now. But I won't talk about that now. If you guys want to see that, if you want to see how is these latest catastrophic, apocalyptic YouTube changes affecting me, how will it affect the channel, let me know and I'll do a separate video on that. As the channel got bigger, the bigger the task just got, and at the time I was trying to work 2 jobs. So I was going to work, getting up at 6, getting to work as soon as I'd come home, 4:30, boom, I'd get in that seat, I'd start editing, I'd start the video, and I would not leave that seat until about 2 in the morning. Half the time it would get to midnight and I realised I haven't even eaten yet. It was crazy. I'd be coming home, I'd just be working flat out. And I thought, you know what? That was the biggest reason why I had to pack my job in. It's just because I didn't have enough time. And it was about a week later when I was back at it again. Just getting up at 9, working through till midnight still. But thankfully, because of you guys, there's a lot of breaks in between. There's live streams which don't even feel like work, they feel like fun. So there's a lot of breaking up of it now. And that's why I'm just so damn happy. And I know that is obnoxious and sickening to hear to some people, especially if all the cars ain't going right for you at the moment. I get that, but just being completely honest, guys. So that's my story. That's why I started to do YouTube. I think I've given about as comprehensive an answer as I possibly can. But long story short, 7 remake height. That was the main reason. And 15. Let's not forget 15. And also just a little hint. It was actually kind of Type Next. I had not long finished Type 0, and around the time I did it, it was a time that Tabata said he wanted Type 0 to be its own franchise that ran alongside Final Fantasy. That was kind of around that time as well, and I thought, oh my goodness, if there's going to be a Type 0 franchise, I'm going to be definitely doing it. So there was that. That was kind of a bit of speculation on Tabata's behalf. There was no confirmation, but for me, because I absolutely love Type 0, that was another teaserino. That was another one, but there it is, guys. Keep the questions coming, and I'll try to make them a bit shorter next time. I realise this is very, very long. You've made it this far in the video. Bless you. Yevon bless you. Until the next video. Oh, pirates. Arr, Capel.